Okay.
There she
Now,
is.
what's up?
What's up, man? You're good?
Yeah, have you seen hers? I have to ask straight away.
Yeah, he's looking big, man.
What the
I've
hell?
got I've got pictures here. Uh, bro, he's looking big.
Wow.
Who you got winning?
I was kind of breaking this down a little bit. So I think Urs is see Quinton's quads there look very feathered on the side.
Yeah,
I thought Urs's legs look bigger.
yeah.
Um, I think he looks more conditioned in certain poses. Abs and thighs, he looks more conditioned.
And
Um,
he's smoking Sergio
yeah. Oh, it's
and Mark.
yeah. No, the rest of the top six are obviously they look awesome, but it's like not even close.
Yeah. Lewis, this guy here, he's in impressive conditioning, man.
Yeah.
He always is, to be fair. That's one of his trademarks, I guess. But
Mm,
man, Urs, for his debut, look at that.
what the fuck?
This is insane, man. This is insane.
It's crazy. The
Eh,
fucking show me that photo, the comparison.
What, this one here?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. No, the one from Classic to Open.
Oh, this one.
Mm. Wow, that is like.
That's insane, man. What are they drinking in Germany?
Well, I mean, the one thing that I feel like I can see is like he definitely really ramped up the GH.
Do you think so?
I mean, look at his face. I just think that's got more of a GH face. Do you know what I'm saying?
The square looking face,
The
isn't
more
it?
square, kind of like more boxy, kind of
hmm
fuller head.
But you remember when he said like he always suffered to bring his body weight down, and even during the off season, he tends to get quite big. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, do you know? You fucking. I feel like I'm gonna sound like Eddie Hall, but I feel like he might just not be as dehydrated.
Yeah,
He might just
maybe.
not be as like sunken in and like depleted. So
I mean, he didn't have to burn any muscle.
no, nothing.
Yeah, if he's struggling to bring his body weight down, if he was struggling to bring his body weight down, it's because he had to burn muscle and really
Yeah, I
suffer.
mean he's what is he? He's 118, isn't he? He's up like 35 pounds, like
Yeah,
16, 17 kilos.
yeah, yeah. He's last time I checked, he was 260 a week out, something like that.
What the fuck, man?
It's insane. It's fucking crazy, man. I know it's possible. I know it's possible because I kind of done it. Like I've put on 7 kilograms from last year to this year, and
Mm,
because when I stepped on stage on show day, I was well. Let's not talk about show day because that was ugly looking. That didn't look really good. But on peak week, I was 94 kilograms. And
okay.
then when I prepped with Connor before I pulled out, I was 102, really dialed in. And then we brought the carbs back up at 104. He said, "This is the look you would have had on stage." So that was that was literally 10 kilograms.
How close were you? How far out were you when you pulled out?
I was 7 weeks out.
I was 6.
Yeah.
Mm. People kind of would think that it was like, oh, you're so stupid for doing it when you're 6 weeks out, and it's like when you're just not feeling yourself, and when you feel like, you know, like like we did speak on what your reasons are, but when you're not happy, it's like in my mind it was like it doesn't matter if I go on stage or not because I'm not going to look back on that and like cherish that moment because the moments leading up to it and the weeks leading up to it I just wasn't happy.
But they all feel like shit.
Yeah, yeah, but this was more like I was sleeping like 3 hours a night at like 6, 7, 8 weeks out, you know.
Yeah. I was watching Fuad Abiad's podcast and he said he always felt like shit, like his life was literal shit. And then it got me thinking, like, why would you want to feel like that?
That's the
Why
thing.
would you want to? That's why there's a lot of hybrid athletes now, the ones that like to run and lift and whatever. And there's one from Portugal, from my country, where he literally put it best. He's like, why would you suffer for 16 weeks for 5 minutes on stage? Like you're putting a lot on the table for 5 minutes and a plastic trophy. And I mean, like, there's different ways to look at it, of course. Yeah, like, you and I, we love what we do. We love to train. We love the lifestyle because we literally live and breathe bodybuilding. But like, you've got so much to lose right now. You actually have a lot to lose right now because you have a daughter and you have a wife. And I understand the sacrifice part, but is it really worth it? Is it really worth the suffering to the point where you literally hate what you're supposed to be loving? And for me, it just wasn't. I was like, you know what? I just want to be fucking big and jacked, and I don't care, and eat
Yeah.
and eat
That
my Cocoa Pops.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bro,
That's it. When the cereal goes, that's already too much for me.
it's all
I
about the cereal.
yeah.
A-
Oh
And
fuck.
before you, sorry to interrupt. Like,
No.
I feel like a lot of young guys now, they make it seem like it's all just so easy. Like, they talk about stepping on stage as if it's so easy to step on stage. Oh, you just have to prep for 16 weeks. And I'm like, why are you taking all of the credit of a prep, thinking that, just because a lot of people can do it, you can as well? No, of course you can do it too, but don't make it seem like it's just so easy, because it's not easy. Like, it's not easy. Like, I'm cleaning my diet now at 5,000 calories, and I'm suffering of hunger. Like, I'm so hungry. I hate this.
I'm doing the same. Yeah, but I think there's the difference between like 5 and 7% body fat in like how you feel and how much effort it takes to get there is like crazy. Like it's so much more than like 10 to 12 or 12 to 10. You know what I mean? That like going like 1% lower, 1% lower as you go like below like 9 or
Yeah,
8. I think that's where it gets like exponentially harder. And I think people can get to like you can get to like 8% body fat and look shredded, right? People can, like, of course you can. But to get like that real dry, like paper thin look, which
the
doesn't
grainy
seem
look.
as drastic to like the common or to like the like just a layman's eye. That difference in effort that you need to put in is crazy, and I think people that just do it for like they dip their toes in it, right, and they say it's not that bad. They don't ever go to that level. Like people get to the level where like when they walk, their feet hurt because there's no fat on the soles of their feet.
Yeah,
It's so dry there that like the bones actually get sore. There's no
yeah,
cushion.
yeah.
Like it's
All dried out.
yeah, it's crazy. It's
Not only
insane.
that,
And
it's the hormones that we're using as well, the compounds and everything, like, all together.
see, that's
Because,
that's what scares me, man.
yeah, and I think you're right to be scared. I think you're right to be scared. And the older you get, the more scared you become, because you're also the more knowledgeable you become,
Mm.
the more knowledgeable you get, the scarier you become, because you start actually knowing what these compounds do to you. you know and even though it's just for 16 weeks, it's fine. That's why I try to avoid most of them during the off season, the orals, because the orals, they're did you know that stano, like winstrol, your lipids change in a week time of
Mm.
using winstrol?
It's crazy.
It's
It's
crazy. 50 megs of winstrol. In a week, everything's changed.
yeah, yeah. See, here's the thing.
but I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. I'll just have more facial oils. It's okay. The thing is as well though is with something like Winstrol, people don't really realize that when you take orals, you just hear that what they're taking a day, 50 mix. Oh, grand. That's 350 milligrams a week of a really androgenic DHT. Most people, if they run 350 milligrams of Masteron, will get skewed lipids in like 4 weeks. But the reason why it happens so fast is because you reach, it takes effect straight away. The half-life of orals is like, I mean, like D-ball is as short as like 4 to 6, and you have like Anavar, which is what, like 8 to 10, something like that.
Hmm.
Orals, their half-life is so short. So the impacts they have, like systemically and throughout your body, it all occurs quicker. So I think people just don't realize when they're taking an oral that like it's potent, and just because you're taking a small dose daily doesn't mean that like weekly
Not doing anything.
it's still a lot on the system.
Yeah. Were you doing throughout the day or just pre-workout with
Wait, can you say
orals?
that again?
Were you doing orals pre-workout or throughout the day?
It depends on your role.
Really?
I Yeah, yeah. Like if you, I think Anadrol is good if you have like a heavy leg day,
Hmm.
or you're trying to break through a plateau, or you want to hit some like PBs on a certain session. You have a big session coming up. I think Anadrol is great to like pulse pre-workout, because I do think you get like really like you do get like some like neural drive off of it. But I think something like Anavar, you kind of want that like cortisol, like down regulation, or the glucocorticoid receptor. You want that like down regulation over like day to day. So I think something like Anavar would be better split, and
Okay.
I feel like it depends on the properties of the drug itself. And I feel like if you're looking for a specific look, you want to be taking it daily, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was doing them pre-workout only.
Pre-workout only. Well, you get much more out of it. It's much less damaging.
Yeah. So basically I was taking 40 megs of Anavar, 50 of Winstrol, and I was doing like 50 of Anadrol. Don't tell Connor. Pre-workout with a Coke Zero.
Wait, all three?
All three.
What the
Fuck
fuck?
yeah. Fuck yeah. Like I was doing all three with a Coke Zero to help absorption as well. Even
Oh,
though some of them, some people say grapefruit juice, grapefruit
for Anavar.
for Anavar, yeah, grapefruit for
Mm.
Anavar. But I was like, you know what? I don't care. Just Coke Zero with everything.
Dude, I don't really think absorption is much of a concern when you got Anadrol, Anavar, and Winstrol.
But
I'll get lost.
for like all of the three, I was just worried about Winstrol. Because then, like, if you look at it, Anadrol is less damaging than Anavar, and people think it's the contrary. People think Anadrol. They used to think, oh, it's gonna melt your figure. It's actually milder than Anavar, if you think about it.
Yeah, so I think it like
They even like to use it, Anadrol, I mean, during the off season because it's so mild. I don't do it. Like off season, I've told you know this. Like I don't do orals at all.
yeah, so essentially um Anadrol as well doesn't act on the AR. It doesn't act on the androgen receptor. It has a different mechanism of action, right? And although it's not fully understood, we know that it's doing something, right? Because if you take 100 milligrams of Anadrol for like a week, you will look completely different. It's ridiculous. It's insane. What it's ridiculous. But the so that's why people use it, because they might use something that is like really like intense on the AR. They might use like MPP or something, or like Tren, right? And now I Tren in the off season, I'm not sure about that. I don't think it's more anabolic than anything else really. I think its benefits are when you're cutting and also want to like ruin your life. But if you pair Tren with something like Anadrol, there's a synergy because they don't compete against each other. They work together because they have different pathways, right? They both
Or
have different
Halo.
like, yeah, exactly. So
Have you done Halo? Have you tried it?
No, no,
I've tried it.
no, no. See, here's the thing, man. It's
I've
like,
got I've got some Halo there.
no way.
I do, yeah.
What do you think of it? What have you taken? 10 mgs?
Yeah, 10 only.
10 only. Okay, nice, yeah. What some
10.
people
It's
find it really
too
euphoric.
potent, man. Sorry?
Some people find Halo makes them feel very euphoric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they use it. Like usually it's used 2 weeks before, 2 weeks out. When you're 10 days out, you literally have no food and you just take 10 megs pre-workout, and that's your fuel. That's your fuel, man. You're good to go. It's
Fucking
really
they're like
it,
the like adrenal fatigue must be
and
ridiculous.
man, but the look you get from it is it's just insane.
Really?
Yeah, paper thin, vascular, dry, everything. Because again, it's working with tren, and then not only that, you have no. At that point, you're not doing anadrol anymore. You're probably like you've taken most orals out. You're probably just using
Yeah,
Winstrol and Halo. But
yeah.
even Vigorous Steve, he says he likes to keep them like 4 weeks out. That's when you start taking them, and then you stop at a week out, like very short window. Because that's the stuff that's going to fuck up your health pretty much.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like you're not like your health isn't gonna get fucked up on a bit of testosterone. Like that just doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
It's the
A
orals,
bit of
yeah.
test, a bit of testing, pre-more testing mast. I think that people are like I'm so fucking paranoid these days. But I think that you know if you were someone that runs like some anabolics at like a mild doses or moderate, right? You're not running 2 or 3 grams of shit all the time. You might run like a couple hundred megs of test and a DHT in there, whatever. And you know, that's it. I don't think there's like any real long-term negative effects as long as you're like living a healthy lifestyle, you know what I mean? Because people that do that shit as well tend to eat healthy, they tend to do loads of cardio, they tend to take like antioxidants, NAC, fucking glutathione, all this stuff. And they have all these preventive measures that actually put them in better health. And I even see bloods of people that I coach that are like completely natural and stuff, and they're not that great.
Worse, yeah.
No, they're worse. They're worse because they eat shit.
It's the
And
lifestyle,
people
yeah.
don't realize how, like, people will judge you for even why the fuck would you care about anyone thinks, but people will judge you for like taking testosterone, running anabolics, but they'll eat pizza and ice cream like multiple times a week, or they just eat garbage. They go to a fucking deli and order shit like every day for lunch. And it's like
Yeah.
that's so much worse for your health.
Yeah. And then if you're eating something that's what's that word now? Increases the chances of cancer, like prosciutto and stuff like that.
Well, carcinogen would be something like that.
Carcinogen, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so carcinogen. Like, why are you eating that? And I'm like, bro, shut up. You're drinking every fucking weekend. What do you want about? And you're probably smoking as well, you know? But
No, for
that's a great
sure.
segue. That's a great segue into today's topic, right? First cycles and stuff like that. But before we get into that, um, I was having a discussion on a group where a guy he literally just started. He's doing his first cycle, right? And it's 250 mags of test, 200 mags of Masteron, 200 mags of Primobolan, and we're talking and we're like, why are you doing Masteron and Primobolan together if they're pretty similar, but 200 mags of Primobolan isn't going to do much. So why don't you just up the Masteron to like 350, 400? And he was like, "Oh, I'm just following what my coach said." And I'm like, "Okay, fair enough." In my head, that was the initial thought. Like they're both um, DHT derivatives, so like, why are you doing two of the pretty much the same? But I found out that they're not the same because JP Jordan he was posting on his stories that he was running 700 megs of test and
Mm,
he would take Primobolan and Masteron to close to like 2 grams, 3 grams, like over that.
mm.
And then I'm like, fuck, that actually makes sense because even though they're both DHT and they're similar, they're not the same because you can use. I don't think primobolan has the same effects that Masteron has on estrogen, right? I don't think it binds to estrogen.
So how it actually works, and I would know a good bit about this, is because like I estrogen's a bitch for me. It's such a bitch. Like I can, oh man, it's crazy. I always struggle dialing it in. But one thing that actually works pretty well for me is Primo. Masteron kind of makes me like how it works is Masteron's a serum, right? So it kind of inhibits it like almost inhibits like aromatase activity at certain local tissues. So, for example, one person can run Masteron and still get gyno, but someone might run a little bit of Masteron and it would work better than like something like Novadex or whatever or Clomid. Do you know, it would work better than a serum, like than other serums. It'd be so potent for them. So it's so individual. And for me personally, Primobolin's much better at modulating and controlling my estrogen than Masteron is. I
So it
don't really know
does.
why, but Masteron kind of helps me feel good, but I'll still have estrogen side effects. You know what I mean? Whereas Primobolan will actually act as an AI, and the reason why is Primo has metabolites that act as suicide AIs, so they actually rendered the enzyme, the aromatase enzyme, inactive, from what I know.
Okay. And
Yeah,
but JP's reasoning was testosterone has limitations, so you can only bring it to a certain amount,
yeah,
and then you utilize primobolan to grow because it has anabolic, like it's very
uh-huh,
anabolic,
uh-huh.
and it's a very clean drug as well, very
Super
mild,
clean.
yeah, super clean in terms of side effects.
Yeah.
And he likes to bring Masteron as well, and that's why he runs what he runs for so long at like really high dosages, 3 grams, 2 to 3 grams of gear per week. Now, the downside of that is that primobolan is very expensive and it's very hard to find as well. Like real good primobolan, it's very hard to find. I feel like most companies, most labs, they actually like to put test instead and call it primobolan. So
Hmm.
they're ripping you off because you're paying 50 euro for 10 vials of testosterone
Especially now with
instead
the
of primobolan.
shortages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but I
yeah.
found it interesting. I was like, it actually makes sense now why he would do something like that, you know?
Well, yeah, I think they feel completely different for me. Prima Bowling feels like nothing. Prima Bowling just feels like I'm running an AI that is like very like stable. So
Yeah.
Prima Bowling helps me run more than like 90 megs a test without needing an AI. Whereas Master Run for me is like fucking if I every time I've ran Master Run on the first fucking day I get an immediate like 10-15% strength boost. It's ridiculous. More than anything else I've ever used.
Because Masteron is used for, like, if one of the guys complaining about erectile dysfunction, I'm like, bro, just take Masteron.
Doesn't help me.
No?
No, nope, nope. It's all
Huh.
individual, man. Yeah, nope, no, no, no.
Bro, that's so interesting,
So I'll
man.
still, I would need Primo. My best cycle ever was Test Master and Primo because Masteron, I felt good. I had that like CNS like stimulation, and then
Yeah.
Primo Bowling was what kept my estrogen sides away.
How high did you
So
go with Primo Bolin? Like 500?
no, this was 280 test, 140 Primo and 140 Mass.
Only.
Mm-hmm. And 140 Trent.
Okay. Okay. No, because with Primo Bolin, like I've always heard that you need to go 600 over a week.
No, no, I don't. I think that's stupid. I think people want to wait until they have side effects before they think something's working. I looks ridiculous. Now there
Uh-huh.
was trying in there, but I've ran Primo at other times as well, and I don't know. I mean, like I'm getting stronger. Like on, I'm hitting PBs like every session. I want 100 megs of test a week.
Mm.
Well, 50 every 3 days, so 115 maybe. But I'm gonna throw in a little bit of Primo to like put because I'd still need a bit of an AI for that. So I'm gonna add in some primo and kind of get a nice ratio, which would probably be like 175 test, 100 primo, 200 primo, or 200 test, 100 primo. That will keep my estrogen at bay. But when I go 1-to-1 with test and primo, it drops my estrogen a bit too low.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I was going to ask about AIs, actually using an AI like Aromasin or
Mm.
Arimidex. Wouldn't that help? I feel like a lot of people are afraid of using AIs. I am myself,
Yeah,
but
I need to. I need to. Yeah, no, oh man. I I try so this is like I'm the best person to ask because I just have so much history with trying different shit, but it I use Arimidex. I've been currently using it, but it does keep estrogen sides at bay. But for example, if your estrogen gets like way too high and you take Arimidex, it slashes it really hard.
it
It's like
does.
very potent. So you'll get a quick
Yeah.
drop. And when your estrogen drops that fast, because like it just acts within hours, I personally find that you can just it just feels weird. Like you get this like weird you feel like uncalibrated estrogen wise, and estrogen acts on so many receptors. It acts on your eyes, your fucking brain. Do you know what I mean? It's in your like your muscles, your nervous system. Like it's everywhere, and it you definitely it's if you don't find that perfect like schedule to take it in, you will just be on this bit of a roller coaster. So that's why I'm putting Primo in because Primo it's like you just get the ratio and that's it. Like you're good, you're chilling. Whereas I remember actually you're kind of like you might take too much and then you dip and then you feel like shit, but then like 3 days later you rebound out because the Arimidex has like this like rebound effect, whereas aromasin doesn't. But the things with aromasin is if you crash your estrogen, aromasin completely kills off the enzymes. So
Okay.
now you have to create more aromatase, which can only be sped up by like HGH. So
Yeah.
you're like gonna be fucked for like 4 weeks.
Huh. Yeah,
If
I
you
knew
now
I knew that
that's if you drop it really hard.
yeah, I knew that Arimidex rebounded estrogen. That's why I'm
Mm.
always kind of like I don't really like to use it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
I prefer to use Bold or Masteron to control, but Bold tends to crash your estrogen as well.
Yeah, but bold is good for me before. Yeah. I think it was doing like I think it was like 400 bold and like it was like 550 test. It allowed me to run like near 600 tests, the only time I ever did it, but I didn't do it for long. I actually had to cut it short. I think it was going like holidays or something. Like I don't remember. It was a while back. It was actually one of the only times I've gotten like myself to feel like pretty like stable on high test was with Boldenone, but it
Yeah.
didn't last long unfortunately. But other than that, I haven't been able to run high test because it's just such a bitch for estrogen management. But Boldenone works very well.
Yeah, it's been working really well for me. And
Yeah.
it's weird because I hear a lot of guys talking about depression with Boldenon and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, I'm good. I don't feel any of that.
They're crashing their estrogen. Have you ever crashed your estrogen?
Yeah, last year.
It's fucked.
It is. It is. And
How did you crash
prolactin
it?
high as well. My prolactin was high and my estrogen was low and I was all over
Oh,
the place.
oh, that's like you're like crying for no reason, and then you
Bro,
feel like
yeah.
really fucking
And
just
then
fucked.
my wife wasn't here and I was by myself and I didn't feel like training and I'm like,
No.
I don't know what's going on. And that's when Connor said, pull Deca out, like stop completely.
Mm.
Time's up, buddy. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, no training, no cardio for the next 3 days. Enjoy Christmas, eat your food, and then we'll get started.
And how long was it until you started feeling better?
As soon as he gave me, what's the name of it? Prami.
Oh, Prami. Yeah, Prami's a bit nuts.
I actually felt great. He was like, look, you're gonna feel like shit. Get ready, you're gonna feel like shit. But after 20 days, you'll be good. And I'm like, okay, it can't be much worse than this, so let's do it. And I actually felt good. I
You're
remember,
probably just getting symptom relief from your prolactin dropping. That was kind
yeah,
of overpowering any effects of the drug. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, I don't know. Like high prolactin's a cunt. Well, low estrogen is. How did you get yours too low last year?
uh, DECA. I don't, DECA is not for me.
Wait, as in was this Deca only?
No, I was doing DECA and test, but
How was your estrogen low though?
Probably it was probably high, and then because it was high, prolactin was high,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That was the problem, yeah.
Mm. Yeah. I'd say
That
you
was the
were
problem.
bloated as fuck.
Yeah, I was. And then yeah, and then what he did was with Prami, he brought it down. So he said, "You're gonna kill both estrogen and prolactin, but you'll feel good afterwards." And I'm like, "Cool, let's just do it."
Mm.
So he pulled DECA out, and that was a great experience because it allowed me to help a lot of people just recently. Someone that was feeling suicidal, and I said, "How's your prolactin looking?" He ran some bloods, and he was fucking high. And I said, "You're taking a 19 Nor, aren't you?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm taking DECA." I'm like, "Listen, that shit's not for you." And then he said that he was also taking anxiety medication. And
Oh,
I'm like,
fuck
bro,
that.
DECA 19
Oh,
Nors are definitely not for you. Like, get out, get out.
man. But you know
And
what's crazy? People like that, he's like fuck himself up. But if he just went on TRT, I guarantee you, man, that the anxiety medication, if he got hormones, I think so much of these like anxiety and depression shit are just chemical imbalances in the brain. Like
yeah,
if dude, if you've high estrogen, like when I've high estrogen, I'm like I start thinking like crazy shit. I'm like like I start thinking if like just weird shit, man. And I'm like, if people live like that perpetually, then no wonder you're gonna be in a weird fucking place. Like I'm bloated, you feel insecure, you're sleeping like shit, you're tired, you're getting like emotional over like crazy shit, and you're
yeah,
just
but
fucking
that's,
you're moody, you're irritable. It's just
yeah,
like people live like that and they don't realize what's wrong with them. And of course that drives you nuts.
yeah.
Do you
And
know
then
what I'm saying?
I would talk to my coach, and he'd be like, just eat a pizza, you'll be fine. I'm like, how, bro? How the fuck? Like, and yeah, like shoveling down food and not feeling like eating at all. And I
Hmm.
don't know. It was just a roller coaster of emotions. I was like, nah, get me out of here. But that's the thing about information and knowledge. The more you know what they actually do, it's good
Yeah.
because you can then counter as well. So,
Yes.
you can counter. You know what to expect as well, and that's why we do certain things. So like last week I was cooking. This was like early morning. I was cooking and I started feeling like palpitations and um breathing heavily and as well, and I'm like, this is not normal.
Right. Okay.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna give myself another day, and if this keeps going, I'm gonna tell Connor to pull out the bolt. And it happened again. My um, my blood pressure was fine. It was okay, but I still said, Connor, I think it's time for a step back. I think it's time for a breather because I've been in the off season for the past 20 weeks, 22 actually.
Beautiful.
I've made amazing progress, but now I think it's like, okay, let's step back. Let's
Yeah.
allow my body to breathe, relax, just run some tests, keep it at bay, and I'm taking what do you call it, baby aspirin to thin out the blood,
Mhm.
and
You
then
just
and
drink
also,
alcohol, man, to thin out your blood.
huh?
You just drink, you just drink beer to thin out your blood.
Beer.
Just drink alcohol. It thins your blood.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Just drink vodka every night,
I'm
man. You'll get
definitely
thin blood.
doing
You'll be
that.
healthier.
But and then I told him, look, he was here yesterday. I said, I want to take my body to the next level. Like, I don't think what we're running is enough to, you know, 270, 280 pounds. Like, that's what I want to get. And he was like, what? You think you're not taking a lot? Like 1.5 grams isn't a lot? And I'm like, I think we can pump it up a little bit more and see how my body reacts and, just take it from there.
Throw in a bit of MPP.
NPP, I told you, I'm not touching NPP, bro.
Really? See, you need to run it with like a DHT though. If you run it with Mastron, it's brilliant.
Look, after what happened last year,
It's
I
just
think
not.
I'm
It's not worth the risk. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, I think I'm only running NPP if my joints start aching.
Yeah,
And
but you could run like
so
20 mgs a day, 10 times a
exactly,
day and get the benefits off of that.
it would
Yeah.
be like, yeah, it would be like 100 milligrams a week, something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go over 200. So I like to use an NPP just as a tool to help
Yeah.
me recover. Even though now with BPC and TB 500, you have plenty of other options to
That's
do
true.
that, you
So
know?
what would you do next time then? Would you just push test and EQ higher?
Yeah, to push test first and see if I can handle 900 milligrams a week.
What I would do if I were you is I would up test more. And then I would throw in something like Master on then. I feel like because I don't know. I think Master on you feel good, and I think when you feel good, everything's better, right? Workouts are
Mhm.
better. You're more motivated. You get shit done. You don't fucking slip. You don't slip anyways. But I feel like when you feel good, you can keep going, right? And you're just more like in the zone, right? So I think
Yeah,
Masteron helps that. It'll help keep estrogen at bay, but it won't crush it like EQ would. It would just kind of it smooths the edges, and you get that like CNS boost that EQ doesn't give you. That like neural drive, like you get from like a DHT. You get like DHT benefits, but you could run instead of like fucking 1-to-1 with test EQ like 6, 700, whatever. You could do push test up near your gram and then add in 300 milligrams of mast. Start with mast probe. See how it goes. Make any changes.
would you
Adjust to
run
find that
bold?
sweet spot and then switch to enanthate.
Would you run bold still?
Yeah.
And would you drop bold to 400 maybe?
Yeah,
Or
or I feel like what you
keep it
see,
at 7?
say you can run bolts like 1-to-1 with test, right?
Yeah,
So we'll say 600, 600. Let's say you're like, okay, do you know what? I want to push it to like 8 or 900. I would add in, I would have 600, the 8 or 900 test, 600 bold, and then 2 or 300 mast. So that way you've got like the same amount of milligrams of the anti-estrogenic drugs of EQ and Masteron. And
yeah,
then you've got like that's 1-to-1 with test. Does that make sense?
yeah,
That's what I would do, and I think they're I don't know. I think they would all work well together. EQ's pretty chill. Are you again? Do you want to run grams of EQ and like get your red blood cell count up really high and shit like
yeah,
that, or maybe throw in something like a DHT that at like 200 or 300 milligrams isn't really going to have many negative effects at all, and will add another like avenue of benefits like your like CNS drive, which will get you stronger in the gym,
yeah,
right? Give you that energy boost and that in turn will give you more growth because if you're stronger and if you've got something to give you strength boost, then you get better lifts. Better lifts equal more mechanical tension, which is the greatest stimulus and it's more growth.
yeah.
So maybe something like that would be nice.
I was also thinking about upping the GH, but that's the thing. Like, it would only be 1 unit more, so from 4 to 5. And I'm thinking, like, would that actually bring any benefits?
It's
Maybe,
not go for like
but
6 or 8.
too expensive right now.
It is pretty expensive.
Too expensive right now,
It
bro.
is. It is. It's kind of, but it's not even. It's not even like that. It's just too much money. But if it were to like, if you were to go from 4 to 6, and you know that you're packing on like fucking 20 pounds of muscle in 8 weeks, like
And you
bring it
don't
on.
need to, yeah, and you don't need to touch all the rest. You don't need to touch
Yeah,
test. You
but
don't
when
need to
it
touch
might add
build.
like 3 pounds over like fucking 3 months,
It's crazy.
extra, you're kind of thinking like, oh, like, is it worth like another fucking couple €100? You know what I mean? It's like, maybe not. I
Hmm.
might just see if I can push Tesla a bit more.
Or add a little trend.
I just had trends. All problems,
That
man.
trend. Just fuck it. That trend. Fuck
I,
that.
I I'm putting it in for the nutrient partitioning benefits. Fucking bullshit. And people say that. Anyone that goes, I might run 10 mgs of tren a week or a day, 5 to 10 mgs, just microdose. I'm like, see how long you last before that shit triples.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you like to. I think the level of discipline you need to run like trying like 10 milligrams a day for like a week, or 10 milligrams a day. 70 milligrams a
Yeah, I
week.
could do it. I could definitely do it.
You
That's
sure about that?
70 megs. Yeah, 70 megs a week. I could definitely do it because I just have to add an extra, strip to my injection. It's not a lot to my daily
Until you
vitamin.
start looking at the vial after your opinion, you're like,
I mean, JP was doing 20 megs. He was doing 20 legs a day. And he said, bloods wise, it didn't move a thing. Performance wise, oh yes. Like he became a lot stronger with just 20 megs of tren.
Yeah, that's like the most I've gone up to. The most I've ever gone up to is 25 a day ever.
Did
And it's
you notice
ridiculous.
did you notice any difference performance wise?
So I train like a fucking psycho a lot of the time anyways. Um I train really, really, really hard.
Yeah, I've
But
seen those rows, man. The
oh
bent
yeah.
overs.
Yeah, not so much slow and control, but so I need like a set where I'm just like fucking shit up.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlike you. Right now, I'll be honest, I'm more like of a control freak. Like I like to control shit and especially now that I'm doing PPL. But I found it's become a lot harder to progress as well for some odd reason. I don't know. Today I tried something different. I was doing pull and I moved my SLDL to second last exercise instead of starting with it. And I was like, you know, is it really going to change a lot
Hmm.
grip wise? So I started with the pull down
Okay.
and pull down I managed to progress. Like
Okay.
I progressed pretty much most of my lifts,
Okay.
but it's been like such slow progressions. Like I'm stuck at 93 kilo. So it's 93 kilogram pull down. I usually do two heavy sets and then two light sets, right?
Hey,
What I
this might.
notice, wait, what I notice is rep quality wise, yes, I've been like even though I'm still doing the same 10 reps that I did last week, they were much better. They were like a lot cleaner. And I take that as progress, right? I'm like, that shows that I'm getting stronger. It's just at a very slower rate. Like, I don't know. I'm not used to spending weeks and weeks in the same stack, you know?
Well, that's what happens when you start to get more advanced. Progress gets slower and slower and
It
slower.
is, isn't it?
No, you could pop 50 mgs of Anadrol before that workout and bust through that plateau. What's wrong with
And then
that?
you're good to go. True. Yeah, true. Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
being completely serious.
I'll be honest though. So last week we dropped 100 grams of carbs. If I'm still managing, if I still manage to progress, you know, even with a small, like it's not gonna be, it's just 100 grams of carbs. It's not a lot, right? I'm still progressing and I've taken some stuff out. That's bullshit, Francisco. Like the drugs are still running in your system. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Force,
you got EQ in your system.
bro. Yeah, like yeah, that's me talking to myself. Like what the fuck? Like
Mm.
it's still running. It's still it's gonna take some time, at least 4 weeks to leave my body. But rep quality wise, yeah, it's there. Like I'm progressing. It's just yeah, I don't know.
Can I give a hot take?
Yeah,
I think that you can be in a position to grow pretty well. I think you can be in a position to make progress when you come off cycle for a couple weeks. And I'll tell you why. And this happens to me. It's happening to me right now. Now I wasn't really on. I was running like 250 meters test and whatever. And I'm gonna come down to like a happy medium of like a balance of test or premium. And this it's just gonna be so chill. Anyways, came down, strength's flying up, like fucking flying up. Food's gone down a little, strength still flying up. Hitting PBs every session. And I think the reason why is after a while of eating and pushing the envelope, you your body just gets worn out. Inflammation builds up, and I think you're never really sleeping as good. Now with something like EQ, I feel like it can be. It doesn't really impact that too much at all. But I think when you come back down to a baseline and like your body can just kind of like rejuvenate everything else. I personally find that I just get a few, like for a couple of weeks, I get some really fucking good sessions in. And I don't, that doesn't mean you necessarily grow, but I find that in the
I think
gym,
it's psychological.
yeah, it might be
I
psychological,
think it's a
but
psychological drive that you get like, you
yeah.
know what, even though I'm not taking, like, I have to push harder.
So you rely more on up here.
Yeah,
But see, here's the thing, Francisco. If you're going into the gym and you're still lifting more than what you're lifting the week before,
yeah.
anabolics are lower, but that's still you're still truly still believe you're going to grow if that progress is in like a hypertrophic range.
Uh-huh.
So if you're doing like good quality reps and you do 7 reps on an exercise, and then the next week when you might up the weight and get like an extra rep, like there's no fucking way you're not getting like a growth stimulus off that just because you're fucking like you've got like you don't have like EQ in your system as much or like fucking
Yeah.
you're not using Anavar pre-workout or some shit. That I truly don't believe that doesn't mean you're going to grow. Like, you know what I mean? I think the whole point of anabolics is that you can like there's a few pathways for growth. I mean, there's like mechanical tension is the stimulus, but then it activates like growth pathways like mTOR and stuff, you know? And anabolics, I think, help activate those pathways. But if mechanical tension is still higher because you're still getting stronger, although anabolics aren't there, that's still activating those same growth pathways that anabolics would have been anyways.
Still with tests, like I'm still taking 600 max
Man,
tests, so
what the here's me on 100. You know what I mean?
oh, but I completely agree with you. I'm yeah, 100%. Like
Mm.
that's actually I thought about that um earlier on. I was like, even though I'm not taking bold, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop progressing. Like, you know,
Competition rebounds, man. People are on way less after a prep, and yet they blow the fuck up.
yeah,
Because
but
there's other
their
pathways
bodies
that
are a
are
lot more
really sensitive to
sensitive.
growth.
Yeah, 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 of course. Yeah. True.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Did you see my story?
was it
My
your dumbbells?
my no, my back double. Wait, I'll put it here. I'll show everyone. I'll show the
Oh
50
yeah, look at me
viewers.
going on my phone. Wow, how unsocial of me.
Yeah.
I forgot we're actually like doing a podcast. I thought we were just having a
Yeah,
chat.
bro. I'll show my our
I think I did.
50 viewers.
Yeah. Hey, fucking hey, we love you guys. Oh, I did see this.
Ah, you can't see it properly.
Hey, dude, zoom in, zoom in. Look, see the top right there. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Oh Lord, what's going on? Top right, and you can zoom, no?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, that's the. Why am I, bro? What's going on?
What the fuck? What
Okay,
the
here.
fuck?
It's not letting me. Okay, wait. I've got the picture. Do I have the picture? Yeah, by the way, that's a box of Tell Mr. Tan.
Yeah, I was trying to get a good look there.
I know you are. I know. Yeah, no, it's a guy was complaining about his blood pressure, like he was taking a nap, and all of a sudden he wakes up sweaty and
Oh God.
blood pressure at 160. And I'm like, bro, what are you taking? He was like, "Oh, I'm just taking 250. Yeah, it's the guy that's taking 250 of test and 200 of primo
I
mass.
think his blood pressure could be high because if he's on that test mast and primo, he almost 100,000% has estrogen in the gutter.
Mm.
I'll tell you why. Whenever my estrogen gets low, my blood pressure fucking skyrockets. A lot of people get low blood pressure. Some people get high. When mine gets low, dude, man, say to this dude, tell him to like fucking go half his DHTs or get rid of one of them because low estrogen for me will put like my blood pressure will spike to like 160 over fucking 80. Like it's crazy.
But that
You know
was
what I mean?
only, yeah, it was only one episode though.
Yeah, no, it's not consistent. It's like it's because cortisol's so high because estrogen plays a role in like cortisol regulation and especially at nighttime you get cortisol spikes at nighttime. That's why people with low estrogen get insomnia. So that cortisol spike is going to drive up blood pressure because cortisol is a vasoconstrictor. Or no, it's a vasodilator. Oh, no, I think it's a vasoconstrictor. But either way, it spikes blood pressure. because cortisol is a fight or flight response. Like adrenaline's high, and that's why you're waking up, and that's why blood
Okay.
pressure spikes. So I really think that could be the case. He should go get bloods done and get his estrogen checked.
Yeah, we told him just go to the doctor, man.
Yeah, like just yeah, go get yourself sorted. Yeah.
Yeah, man, look at this.
Yeah, wow. Your
Yeah,
legs look fucking awesome too.
you think so?
Yeah, I really do think so. I think when you have that like width from the back where where your quads kind of coming out, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Where's the video?
115. 115, baby.
Yeah, look at the waist though. I was like, what the fuck?
It's pretty fucking awesome. And that's when you're fucking eating loads of food, man.
Yeah.
That
Um,
would if you got down to like 100 or something, man, you look fucking sick.
I was like, can I take my shirt off? He was like, yeah, bro.
Was that one of the employees?
Sorry?
Was that one of the employees?
Yeah, it was Abdul. You know Abdul, no?
Oh, Coach Abdul, does he work there?
Yeah, he's working
Oh,
there.
oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm very insecure about my hamstrings, like, you know.
Your legs are actually what stood out to me there. Your back looks sick, but it was also I noticed your legs.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a so yeah, I tried switching exercise order and I'm like, nah, I'm putting my SLDLs
Hmm.
first. They're not gonna be. Yeah, I noticed a massive difference in terms of connection and lower back pump as well. I had a lower back pump. I'm like, nope,
Um,
they have to come in first.
okay.
I mean,
So
it
how
will
long's key question actually? How long's the EQ been out a week?
one day.
Oh my God, dude, I was texting you. I was like, hey man, you're on 600 tests. You don't need an AI. Yeah, only like 98.5 or fucking some shit percent if it's in my system. Mm. I would watch out for that like for it to kind of creep up as it leaves your system because you could start holding some water. But you looked quite dry. Do you remember that thing I responded to and I thought you looked pretty dry?
Funny because Connor was like, okay, this is your detox. This is what you'll do. So you'll run 200 megs of test every 2 days. Guess what I did yesterday?
100
So
meters.
2 days ago, I was still doing EQ and test, right? So I was probably meant to take yesterday off from injected. I'm like, no, I'm doing 200 now. And I'll wait in 2 days' time and I'll do it again.
It's like you have this thing in your mind. If I do this once more, I'll get more gains. Like it's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'll up it now and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, just so it's like active half-life is like
It's
longer in
like a
your system. Or
farewell.
like,
It's like a
huh?
farewell shot, like I'll
Mm.
see you in 2 days.
2 days.
Oh
Oh man,
yeah.
testosterone's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so before we wrap up, we were meant to talk about like first cycles and stuff like that. And I notice a lot of guys that are just starting off, they like orals, man. They're like, oh, what do you think if I run?
Because most people just want people want results now, and orals are a great way to get the illusion of that. Like if you run like dude, if I run D-ball for like fucking 2 days, I blow the fuck up. It's
I
re
started with, yeah, I started with D-ball and test only.
yeah, like dude, you blow up in like a fucking week, but it's just water. You know
It's
what I mean?
water. Oh, when I met my wife, that's when I was running my first cycle. Um, I started at 80 kilograms. So that's like what, 190, something like that.
Okay.
Uh, and then I ran, I remember running test and D-ball for the first 6 or 7 weeks.
Okay.
I was doing pre-workout. I don't remember dosages. I think it was just one pill, so I'm thinking maybe 50 milligrams. I don't know. How do they usually come?
20s or 50s, maybe 20.
So maybe that was it. I was doing.
It could have been 50. Fuck.
Or maybe I
Mm,
was doing 40. Maybe I was doing two pills.
yeah. Let's just say you were using D-bol pre-workout and
Yeah, and then 250 mags of test only. So I did that for the test for 12 weeks and the D-ball for the first six. Because I remember watching, do you know Seth Ferosi?
of course, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fucking love that guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's
He
funny.
had a series on YouTube, right? Like about first cycles and whatever. And he said, you don't run this shit for more than 8 weeks. D-ball. He was talking about D-ball. You don't
Mm-hmm.
run this for more than 8 weeks. You don't run any orals for more than 8 weeks. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so I'll do six then. I'll be a good boy and I'll do six. So my body weight, and I kid you not, my I went from 80 to 95 in a matter of like 6 weeks.
It's fucking insane.
It's insane. But yes, I was retaining water and I wasn't doing cardio because I didn't know any better. We're talking like 8 years ago. 8 years ago, we didn't have as much information as we have right now.
I feel like the past like 3 years alone have been crazy
Insane.
for like
Information
honesty and
wise,
people being open about shit.
it's crazy, but they still don't do the shit that we tell them to do. They'll do the complete opposite, right? I had this kid, he was scared. He was scared of taking tests. And I'm like, bro, if you want to do this for a living, just start. Just start with tests. It's fine. You'll be fine as long as you run some bloods every
Mm-hmm.
6 weeks, just have a look, see
Yeah.
what's happening. Bro, the kid's
Hmm.
taking the kid's taking trend now.
What?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you get me? And then every once in a while he's texting me about orals and I'm like, "Why are you gonna do orals? Like, aren't you doing?"
How does he look?
That's the thing. Like, these kids, they don't really share a lot of pictures. Um,
That means they don't look great. Like, if you look fucking awesome,
Skinny,
you're
bro.
showing that off.
Skinny, completely skinny.
Because they,
And the thing
because
is,
they, dude, I'm gonna interrupt you. I know a guy that was running trend before, and he was on fucking 1,800 calories a day. He
that's
wasn't prepping. He wasn't prepping.
look, this kid's doing literally the same. He's doing the same, right? He's on a, the way you have perma bulk.
I want.
He's on
I
a perma,
actually.
he's on a perma cut.
He was on MPP. Sorry, he wasn't on trend. He was on
Okay,
MPP, which actually makes it worse in my opinion. Yeah, no, permacut, man, it's insane. It's like I just think, well, these people don't want to do the hard shit. You know what I mean? And eating food and stuff, and eating fucking the same shit every day.
I
You know,
think
you know.
from the bottom of my heart, I think he's afraid of putting on weight because he used to be fat. He used to be obese. He used to
Mm,
be 108, 120 kilograms, right?
mm-hmm,
So what I think is happening is he's afraid of bumping his food back up.
mm-hmm,
And so, like, you see the guy that had the high blood pressure and whatever?
mm-hmm.
He said his resting heart rate was 60, normal. And then the kid replies, oh, mine's 93. And
What age is this guy?
mine's 93, ha ha ha. And I'm like, bro, you better watch out. Like, are you still taking Clen? He's been taking clenbuterol for the past well over 6 months. I was
What?
on I was on prep. He was already taking clenbuterol. I kid you not, man. Like, I'm scared. I'm afraid for him. Like,
When I see people doing this shit, I'm like, all right, we're okay. We're not too bad.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I feel like, yeah, I feel like when you look at something like that and you think that is absolutely fucking bonkers,
It is. He's 19,
you're
by the way.
probably you're probably doing all right.
I call him a kid, yeah, but he's 19. He's a kid. Up here,
Oh
he's
yeah,
still a
yeah. What
kid.
the fuck? Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
he's still a
absolutely.
kid. But yeah, I try to guide these guys and they're just doing the complete opposite. And then I posted that picture on the community and the guy was like, "How much are you waiting?" I'm like, 115, so 250, whatever. And and he was like, "Oh, I'll get there one day." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course you will, but you just have to." work really hard and be disciplined and just don't do whatever I say because, you know, like why would you? People will do the complete opposite. So why would you listen to me? You know?
Yeah.
That's literally like what I keep telling them. Like, man, don't listen to me. I don't know anything. But it's scary. Like, so first cycle, this kid's doing test and train. And yeah, what would you
Still
recommend?
crazy. 350 makes a test.
Test only.
Just test. And have an AI on hand and learn how to control, learn how much estrogen you create, or have get access to Primo.
Perfect.
And you just run the 350 test. Do it under a coach. What the fuck? Like it's like trying to learn how to fucking it's like trying to learn fucking calculus. You don't have a teacher. You're just like you just get a pen and paper. You're looking at the piece. You're looking at the page. You're like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Pretty crap analogy. But point being is that no one walks the path alone, and you need a helping hand. 350 test. If you cannot grow on 350 test and then with something like Primo thrown in to potentially modulate estrogen if you need it, if you can't grow on that, then you're just not cut out for it. Like, no fucking way. I I was I blew up within like fucking 8 weeks on test, and that takes long to saturate. It was ridiculous. It was in fucking insane. And I ran 350. That's what I ran. I ran 280, 350. I can't remember which one it was.
I watched a video where a guy was talking about there's some people out there that they will respond really well to minimal dosages, and there's a lot of people out there that will respond really well to high dosages and have no side effects.
Yes.
But otherwise can be said too. So a lot of people can have a lot of side effects with minimal dosages and a lot of side effects with a ton of, with high dosages, right? I think you will be able to grow on 350 because you're super physiological at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I
you
agree.
will grow. But I agree with you. If you're doing 250 megs a test and you're having a ton of side effects, yeah, it's definitely not for you. Like,
Yeah, or if you like run a cycle of like 3 to 400 makes a test or whatever through your first cycle, and you just don't really put on any size. Like I know people that dude, you know people as well. They've run cycles and cycles. And they look like they've never done one before, and it's
mm,
like either like I feel like if you are either not eating enough, you're not training hard enough, you're not sleeping long enough, or your shit is bunk. If you are eating and training and sleeping and your shit is authentic and you're not making progress on that much test on your first cycle, then I really don't think bodybuilding's for you. I don't think you're going to turn like you're going to grow like a weed on 600, 700. And if you need to run 600, 700 milligrams of test to get progress on your first cycle, then like I don't know, man. You know what I mean? But I think most people, if they do the right thing, will blow the fuck up on like just a little bit of extra test. Like
mhm,
99.9% of people will.
yeah. Would you run that for like what, 12 weeks? 16?
16, 16,
16.
yeah, 16, definitely. I just think growing muscle takes a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think 16 weeks is enough. I think like it'll saturate after like a month or two. I think progress will peak. Like you kind of just you're learning your body, you're understanding things. You might throw in some like primo or master on like 6 weeks in because estrogen might get high. So it's a new thing that you want to play with, and
Yeah.
but I do think just run the test. Don't have anything else at the start. One variable at a time. I've made this mistake many times. I've done like multiple things at once, and then something I'm not feeling right. I don't know what's causing it.
True.
So one thing at a time. Yeah, you just don't know. You've got like fucking four, five different things in your system, and this happened to me on prep. I had like so much shit in my body. I didn't feel good. I felt like shit, and I didn't know which thing it was. So I would like take one thing out, and I would like think it was that, and like you feel
Let's
so
train.
crap, so you're not willing to wait. So you wait like fucking 2 days. You still feel like shit because things take time. So you like start doing other shit and stuff. Like oh man,
Hmm.
fucking crazy. Like so one variable at a time.
True. I agree with you. Yeah. I wouldn't even touch orals. Like, you don't need that shit.
Dude, no, you don't. They don't. Not, like if you just start off a test and you haven't ran it before, oh my God, it
Man,
should be
and
incredible.
eating right, you're eating right, you're doing your cardio, you're
You PBs
training
every day
heavy.
you walk into that gym. You
Yeah,
have to be getting them.
yeah.
Mm.
I agree. I completely agree. And then would you come down to 125 or would you PCT?
Yeah, well, I think no one. I don't think anyone runs just one cycle.
That's why, yeah, you're much better off doing 125 then for a few weeks.
Yeah. So what I would do if this is what I recommend is first of all accept that you're not just going to do it for say 12, 16 weeks and stop. You're going to want to do it again. So I think you should only ever PCT if you're done for good.
I mean, I'm only on my first cycle.
You just never came off.
Never came off. I started 8 years ago, and here we are.
Still blasting, baby. But yeah, to the moon. Oh my God. But I always say to someone if they come to me and they're like, I want to hop on or whatever. If they're looking for a coach and they want to get advice, they want to start a cycle. So I say, hey, you're making that decision yourself. I am not telling you what to do, but one thing I'm going to tell you is that you're not going to just do this for 2 or 3 months and stop. That's not
Yeah,
how it works. You're going to do it, and then your cycle's going to be over, and you're going to be sad because you're going to want to get bigger, and you're going to want to do it again. So I said that you need to understand that you might be committing to this for the rest of your
the
life.
rest of your life. Yeah,
Yeah. Now, if you're just
that's
like I
true.
do, yeah, you can. I think almost anyone, even if you've done heavy cycles, you can come off and be fine and shit. You know, and I think if you just do a bit of testosterone, you come off. I know lads that they just run testosterone. They threw in like Anavar the last like 4 weeks, and then they just come off completely. And it's like they do that and they're completely fine. Like they're completely fine. Dude, they don't feel bad at all. They might just deflate a little, like physically, and they might not be as strong, but they feel
Yeah,
completely fine. You know, I think people exaggerate a little bit, you know, but I do think that it, if you're doing it like for me now, I'm kind of subscribed that like I'm probably just gonna be taking TRT for the rest of my life, you know.
I'm fine with it. Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
I think once you reach 30, you should hop on TRT, even if you don't lift.
Yeah, to be honest, if you
Everyone,
look at people in their 30s and you get their bloods, if you ever seen their testosterone levels, they're always low.
yeah, I have a client. He's on 300 megs of test, and he feels amazing. He said, "Man, my life is colorful again."
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Welcome to TRT life, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
now
that's
have
like TRT plus
testosterone."
plus.
I'm on TRT plus plus. Yeah, I like the Sephiroth reference.
Sports TRT.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's great, man. Anything else? What are you doing right now? You're still bulking?
No, I'm kind of finished. I was gonna just let myself get to 100, but I think I don't really need it. I think if I do choose to compete again, I'll be competing a classic. My weight cap is 82 or 82, 83.
You're 95
Um,
now, no?
yeah, yeah, 95 in the morning. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's like bone dry. Yeah, which is like I still have like fucking like veins on my quads and shit. Like do you know you can actually like feel them. So my condition's still pretty good. I
Yeah.
was open to like adding on like putting going another 5, 10 kilos and let myself get a bit fluffier. You know, it would have been a lot on my frame. I mean, I'm fucking barely 5'7", like I'm pretty short. So like to be 100 kilos at like 5'6", 5'7" would have been fucking cool.
Yeah.
But I'm content. And I'm just gonna clean up a little bit, so I think I might come down to like 90.
Do you have any plans in mind, like competition wise?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm essentially cutting. I'm going into a cutting phase. I'm not planning for any competitions whatsoever, and I'm
Yeah.
going to get one of the lads to I just said, hey, I'm doing a cut. I'm doing this for fun. I don't want to compete, but if you've anything in mind and I'm looking a certain way, we can do like just say, hey, boom, this in 8 weeks. So that way I
You're
can
just
self.
riding the wave.
Dude, that's it. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna run in anything crazy. I'll throw in like a bit of Anavar or something when I'm doing the cut to get that visceral fat loss, the extra bit of a boost, and you know yourself. I do think Anavar can be great in a fat loss phase. Um, and just kind of like just enjoy it, have fun, and if I'm in a position because like I did a cut before, I actually did it with Connor. It was the most conditioned I ever got in my life. I did it with Connor. I looked fucking absurd. Like it was ridiculous. This is a couple of years back. So
Were you
I
doing
was
train every day?
no
No?
DHB.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
Uh-huh.
Test mass DHB and then Anavar towards the end.
Oh,
I looked fucking bonkers. It was insane. I looked so cool.
I remember that.
It was pretty fun. But
I remember. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that was about 2 or 3 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think just yeah, over 2 years ago. Wow, time flies, man. But uh, I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, super fucking super mild. But the good thing is if you have like a bit of test and primo and some anavar in there, you can get pretty lean without losing muscle.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So I'm gonna get lean, like get pretty lean, enjoy it. And if something's just, I'm not gonna look, I'm not gonna see what's on. But if there's something on, as like
So
6 8 weeks out,
you don't want to run some train?
well, that's when you see if something's out. So you see if there's a show on 6 weeks out,
Okay.
and then you start getting freaky. But
Oh, okay.
the point being is, I'm going to just like have fun doing it. I'm not gonna put myself under lots of stress. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go run like something like trend, like sacrifice my mood just for. I want to have fun doing this. I want to like work hard. I want to bust my balls, and I want to love the process and feel good. And then if like please God, I'll be in a good mindset. I'll be well conditioned. Still not like stage lean or anything like that, but there might be a show a month, 2 months out, and
Yeah.
then I just go fuck it, let's do it, ramp things up for 6 weeks. I'd be able to go 6 weeks with like a bit of extra
The prep.
stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like do that and see how it goes. Less pressure. I'm gonna get lean and shred anyway, so I'm gonna have fun, and
You have
I'm
to
not
train your
subjecting
posing
myself
though.
to anything.
You have to pose though.
But I'll be doing that. I'll be doing check-ins and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to get into the mindset of cutting because like I told you, I'm doing 5,000 and I'm hungry, man.
dude, are you hungry? You got to be hungrier for success than you are for food.
Fuck that.
Fuck the platitudes. Yeah, yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Dude,
But
you know,
like,
if you lost 15 kilos, you would look fucking awesome. I mean, you look awesome now, but you'd look class. You look really cool.
yeah.
I think you should do it. I think you should just get rid of, just get lean. Not like fucking dick skin peeled, but just get lean. Like, as in, like, pretty fucking lean, you know? Like, maybe like
Yeah.
10 to 12%. Because what you'll do, see, you got to remember that, are you running insulin?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, never mind. Then I was going to say, no, that's out the window. Okay, well, yeah, okay, I don't have an argument anymore.
No, look, like if I get into the mindset of, okay, let's cut. If I'm willing to cut, I'll cut, bro. I'll bring the numbers down easy. But
Just six to
if
eight weeks,
Connor
man.
if Connor just says time to cut and I don't feel like cutting, I'm like, fuck. Why?
Then why don't you propose the decision yourself or like the suggestion? I think after a book,
This is why.
give your stomach a break. Like absorption, nutrient absorption is probably
Bro,
taking a hit.
I'm hungry already.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah, that's gonna be bad.
That's my stomach telling me, bro, give me food.
So that's it's your body still wants to grow,
Look, that's the thing. Like
or maybe you're just a
this,
glutton.
look, this is this is where I'm at right now.
Okay.
I look at that picture that I just showed you. I still see like a really good tight waist, when I'm sending Connor my updates, my
Yeah,
waist
you're
is
making
tight.
good points. To be fair.
Everything is still primed to grow. Like my body's still ready to. Okay, let's grow more, baby. Let's keep bringing those numbers up. Why would I stop the groove now? You know.
Mm,
So I might as well do what I'm doing right now, which is bring bolt down. Like take bolt completely.
okay.
Allow your body to breathe. Allow yourself to you know don't be on the red line for that long.
Yeah.
Just relax, and then let's push again. So let's go on to a second push phase, and then potentially talk about a cut. Now,
Okay.
I
Fair.
asked, I asked Connor, like, well, why do you think, like, why am I afraid of stepping on stage? I'm not sure if it's afraid the right, if afraid is the right word.
Or maybe you just does. Maybe you just don't want to do it.
Maybe I just don't want to do it.
Maybe you just it just doesn't interest you.
that's it. Like maybe I was living somebody else's dream. Like he wasn't mine,
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
like I mean,
Like
dude, the way I see this, if you're happier, just do what makes you happy. And I said to myself that I'm just gonna do a cut, and if I wake up and have a fire in my belly to go and step on stage, I'm gonna do it. But either way, I'm just gonna do a cut. I'm just gonna get lean. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have fun.
that's it.
And I'm not telling myself I'm gonna do it, but I could wake up 10 weeks from now, be really fucking lean, really peeled, and say, do you know what? I think I could be fucking 6 to 8 weeks out. Let's fucking do it. Or I might say, do you
Yeah.
know what? No, I'm actually happy. I'm like fucking happy.
Because
You know, like that's it. I don't give a
it's
fuck
what
what
you
anyone
said.
else.
It's what you said right at the beginning. Like the difference of how you feel at 8% to
See
7%.
there, I see exactly.
You know, that's the thing. So like
Mm.
I can bring my body weight down to 7%. Easy. Like that's easy.
Hmm.
You know, give me some Retta and then maybe I'll bring it down to 5, you know, but who knows? But 7%, if he says, okay, let's cut, I'll cut. And I'll cut down to 7% easy and then get myself ready again to go again onto a bulking phase. But that's the thing, like it's for me, it's the lifestyle, really. But if one day, I don't know, tomorrow, it's like you said, I might wake up and say, you know what? Let's step on stage. Let's but I don't think my body is I don't think I have the structure of a bodybuilder, you know, a competitive bodybuilder. That's the thing, a competitive bodybuilder. Like that's the way I see it. Connor just sent me a text. He said, "One day, I hope." Like
Mm.
he said, "I hope you know." Uh, he says, "You're a proper bodybuilder, and I hope you know it, and it sinks in someday. You definitely can be one of the best in Ireland." So like, and you know Connor, he doesn't bullshit. Like
No,
he,
he's very cutthroat. Yeah, he's very
yeah.
honest.
Sometimes I feel like those kind of comments that I make about myself, like I don't have the shape of a bodybuilder, whatever, that's the shit that's stopping me, you know, from, I don't know, maybe like full potential. I don't know if that's the right way of putting it. But
You're making tons of progress right now. You look
yeah,
great. You're getting stronger every gym session. Per every week you're hitting PBs. You're happy and you feel good.
yeah,
Just fucking enjoy that because not everyone gets that, and that does not nothing lasts forever, including that. So if you're just thinking, asking questions of doubt and stuff, then like you just like, be present. You feel good. You're happy. Things are going well. Enjoy that and see what happens next. And just
yeah.
be happy but never satisfied.
That's it.
That's it.
I think that's a great way of wrapping this
Mm,
up, bro.
nice.
Nice.
All
Man,
right.
it was good to talk to you.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, me too, man. I missed you, man. 2 weeks. Too
I
long.
know, I know. It felt,
That's
yeah,
too
I
long.
know. Yeah, yeah, it felt long. It felt long. Yeah, I know
All
for
right,
sure.
man.
No, it's good to be back. I do enjoy these. They're quite nice.
They are, man. Well, let's talk again next week.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, Francisco.
All right, brother.
All right, see you later, man. Have an amazing
See
evening.
you. Likewise. Bye bye.